was very stressful being on the run, not being able to be around my family, my loved ones, man. So, I mean, I remember sitting in the house, not being able to go outside, not being able to talk to certain people, just scared, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact of somebody might turn me in, you know what I'm saying, because motherfuckers hate so much in the city. And, man, I was stressed out, man. I remember that part, you know what I'm saying, like beard growing out, you know what I'm saying, not knowing if they gonna come get me today or that minute or tomorrow or the next day, that week. Man, I was going through a lot of pain, man. So one thing that helped me out was I had went to Offer Up and I had bought a weight set. So I started working out. You know what I'm saying? Getting my body right, physically, you know what I'm saying, and mentally, spiritually. And I remember sitting in the house, man, and I didn't have nobody to talk to. And I was like, damn, you know, who can I call or who can I hit? And at this time, Kevin Gates was locked up. And I said, you know what? I'm going to write Gates. So I went on the internet and,
Kevin Gates?
yeah, he was in Cook County, I think, when I first wrote him. No, Polk County. He was in Polk County in Miami. And I had wrote him, sent him some postcards and stuff and shit. And I told him, I said, man, you inspired me to be a better Muslim. Because I remember when Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg had came to Arizona for the highway tour. And it was raining. And I was backstage with him. And he had went outside and started praying in the rain. And he was like, he asked me like, come on. And I didn't go. I think it was because like a little scared or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know. And he went out there. He was praying. It was pouring rain. And he came back in. We did the prayer circle before he went on stage. It was Booby Black, JD Films, Gates. It was Drika. And a few other people. B Hawk, his barber. BWA Ron. We did a prayer circle. And then we went out. He performed. And then after that, I got BWA Ron booked at V Live and Booby Black booked at Jags. So when he went out there and prayed, it like did something to me, and I'm like, man, I need to be on my Dean more. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I wrote him, bam. Wrote him again. Then he got transferred to Cook County in Chicago. Wrote him again. Yeah. I didn't get no letters back. I didn't get nothing back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I sent him some money and shit. I didn't really have money at that time, but I just sent him a couple dollars and shit. Yeah. And when he got out, this Gates. So when he got out, he didn't respond to me at that time when he got out. So I think Luca Brasi 3 had came out. And I had inboxed him, and he was like, I got every letter, sir. I love you. And I was like, wow. I was in Memphis at that time. He had a show. It was a Luca Brasi 3 tour. He had a show. Shows coming up. So it was South Haven, Mississippi. I went to the show, me and my boy J-Rock. And we got tickets. Man, we were sitting right there by the stage. And he was performing. He was going in. You know what I'm saying? He was going in. He was going in. In the midst of that, the light had hit me. You know what I'm saying? And I guess my teeth were shining. And he was like, shout out to my boy Rico Bandz. No. And we was like in a big ass Coliseum, and everybody looked at me like, and then one dude walked up to me, he was like, hey, you know Gates? I'm like, yeah, I know him. He was like, man, I'm trying to book him. I'm like, all right, give me your number. Yeah. So I had hit him up. We didn't really get a chance to talk. And I went to an after party, and who was there? It was Derez Deshawn was there. Yeah. So I chopped it up with Derez Deshawn. We chopped it up for a little bit. The next day, Gates was live, and I'm watching the live, and I think he had just went on with Moneybagg Yo, and they was talking about like Nicki Minaj, and Moneybagg Yo was like, you know, he wanna fuck with Nicki Minaj. Right. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like half asleep. I'm like, you know, watching this shit. And Gates hit me. Gates was like, Rico Bandz, let's go live. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm looking for my beanie and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's get my beanie on, Bam. So he trying to go in live with me, and I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for my beanie. Yeah. So I found my beanie. I hit him back. He click in, and he was like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say about you. I fuck with you. I love you, sir. I got every letter. I couldn't write you because I was in the hole. And I'm like, God damn, it's like 7,000 motherfuckers watching this shit. Right. And I'm like, he's like, you see what I did for you? I'm like, yeah, I seen that shit. I said, how you know it was me? He's like, I seen them bitches shining from way over there. Yeah, so man. I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm like, man, everywhere I go, people say I look like you. And he was like, you do, cause you my brother. I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm like, now it's my chance. I'm like, you know I do grills, right? And he was like, yeah, man, I see that shit. And we started talking, and we talked about Mozzie, and we got off live, and man, I had about 400 inboxes after that asking about grills. Yes, man, it's love. That was probably about like maybe 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. The next day, it's about 6 in the morning, U.S. Marshals come in and kick in the door.
This is another straight production.
Counting me out. I be asking myself, why I go through so much pain? They counting me out. I was counting down the days. Told my lawyer we gon' fight, we going all the way. They pointing fingers at me, they talking bad about me. Here I stand as a man, I ain't gon' cry about it. They counting me out. I was counting down the days. Told my lawyer we gon' fight, we going all the way. They talking bad about me, they pointing fingers at me. Here I stand as a man, I ain't gon' cry about it. U.S. Marshals kicking the door, now I'm back on the bench. Niggas speaking down on me, talking about I'm a snitch. Feel like everyone I love turned they back on me quick. Made bond on that Saturday, my lawyer the shit. Paranoid in my rear view, thinking I'm getting followed. Depression sinking in my head, I don't wanna be bothered. Popping pills, drinking Hennessy, straight out the bottle. Dealing with a lot of shit, I haven't been a good father. Backstabbed by plenty niggas I trusted, but envied, accepted hate from a child. Love must be against me, didn't understand it at first. I'm talking pain when it hurts. Ask my mama why she had me, cause I feel like I'm cursed. They counting me out. I was counting down the days. Told my lawyer we gon' fight, we going all the way. They pointing fingers at me, they talking bad about me. Here I stand as a man, I ain't gon' cry about it. They counting me out. I was counting down the days. Told my lawyer we gon' fight, we going all the way. They talking bad about me.
I was sort of relieved. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, it's over. Fuck it. Let me get this shit over with. And they took me to Shelby County in Memphis, man, and I was locked up in Memphis. I didn't know nobody. And when I got to Memphis, totally different state. People knew who I was. Man, that's love. You know, due to me doing grills and just being on the social media. And they showed me love, man, and to this day, man, I love Memphis, Tennessee, man. I was locked up there for about 20 days in Shelby County. It's called 201, that's the county jail. Then they shipped me to Arizona. And I'm just sitting there, man, just stressed out, man. I'm like, man, what the fuck, man? You know, fuck it, let me get this shit over with. I contacted my lawyer. I already had my lawyer already ready. And he's like, man, shit, we just gonna fight. So I had a probation hold, and he got the probation hold dropped, and I made bond. While I was sitting in there, man, I was just like, man, I gotta do something different, man. I gotta change my environment. I gotta change the people I associate with. And my sis Breed, I was like, man, hit Gates up, man. Tell him to send me this book called Master Key System. And she had hit Gates. Gates responded back. I just showed you that on Instagram. And man, he came through, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy Chevy, my girl, you know what I'm saying? My aunt, my mother. She was at every court date, man. And you know, I'm just thankful to have people and positive people around me and push me to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not over. Like don't think it's over. It's not over. You know what I'm saying? Get this behind you. And I was relieved, man.
You know, it had to be a great feeling, man.
And
in a negative situation like that, you still see the better light.
Yeah, man, because I was suffering for a long time. A lot of people didn't know, man. I was suffering from depression, man. I was stressed out, man. I couldn't do no shows. I couldn't do no music. I couldn't be around people. I just had to figure it out. I just had to go out of town and, you know, see something different, and I figured it out. I just figured out my own lane. And one thing that I did pick up was, you know what I'm saying, making grills. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to do this shit, and I'm going to do it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder. So I started doing the grills. It started picking up. People started fucking with me all over the world. And I'm like, damn, I should have been doing this shit a long time ago. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. I can make a cool profit off this shit. Let me do this shit right. Let me do it for real. So I just started doing it, man, and this is where I'm at right now, MoufullaBandz. Man, it wasn't for my boy Cash helping me come up with the name MoufullaBandz, because I was stressed out, man. I couldn't come up with the name. And he helped me. He was like, what we gonna do? Well, I'm like, you know, they call me Rico Bandz. He was like, MoufullaBandz. I'm like, there it is. There it is. And he came up with a little drawing and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. If they let me out, I'm gonna perfect that. Holler at my boy Casso. He did it. And this is where we at today, man. And I'm having fun with it, man. And I enjoy putting smiles on people's faces, man. So that motivation motivated me. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing people smiling. So when I mow their mouth, and then when I put their shit in there, they smiling and they like, thank you, thank you. That motivated me to get back to who I am. And that's Rico Bandz. To real estate, I've been doing a lot of other investments, you know what I'm saying, that's been successful. Some been, you know, fucked up, you know what I'm saying. I lost a lot of money trying to go legit, you know what I'm saying. I've been fucked over, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, it's a part of business, man. But, you know what I'm saying, I took that shit and just ran with it, man. And
what's the best thing you learned from that? Like you said, having good investments, bad investments.
Man, when I was locked up, I had read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, man, and that helped me out a lot, you know what I'm saying. One of my mistakes is that I had made was letting somebody else run a company for me. And the reason for that is because I was dealing with legal issues, so I was behind the scenes and I didn't have control over it. But I figured out my mistakes, and I know them now, so it won't happen again. Hey, I'm about to mold your teeth right now, so you know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna have to hold the camera while I mold your teeth.
Man,
I got you.
Man, we might need a couple of drills, man.
Yes, sir. I got you. Yeah. I am Rico Bandz. That's on Instagram. That's on Snapchat, man. I mean, right now, man. It was, like I said, it was hard for me to write music for the time I was away. You know what I'm saying? I was on the ground 2 years and 1 month. It was hard, and I kept coming to Deucey Straight Raw, and I'm like, bro, I need help, man. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with me. I can't write no music. I feel like giving up because my creative side wasn't there for me. So I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, man, what's going on with you, man? And it was just like dealing with too much shit, dealing with, you know, family issues and, you know, people fucking me over, you know what I'm saying? So I was just stressed out, dealing with the law. You know, I'm going to sleep thinking they gonna kick down the door anytime soon. So,
You got a lot of wants.
man, it was fucked up, man. Mentally, it was like fucked up, but I just kept going and just having good, you know, energy around me and positive people contacting me and telling me, like, man, everything gonna be all right. Keep moving, keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you. And that's what kept me pushing. So when I got out the county, I was riding with it. I was angry. I was mad as fuck. And I was riding. I was listening to a beat, and I'm like, they counted me out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people counted me out. And I had Deucey. I'm like, man, you got some studio time? You got some, you know, a block hour open? He was like, yeah, pull up. And I had the hook in my head, and I think I had the first verse, I think. And we sat down, and we built around. I'm like, take some of this out, do this, do that. And we built the beat, and then we laid the hook, then we laid the verse, and then I wrote the second verse. And it became a hit. We got JD to shoot the video. I mean, and the rest is history. So in the course of me, you know what I'm saying, going through my trials and tribulations, man, I had good friends, you know what I'm saying, that was giving me positive energy and helping me out, good jewels, you know what I'm saying, like Mike Rashid, shout out to Mike Rashid, one of my good friends. Shout out to Kevin Gates, shout out to Chevy Woods, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Goob, shout out to Deucey.
Shout out Deucey straight, bro.
Man, shout out to my boy, man. JD Films, you know what I'm saying, Mike Honcho. I mean, the names go on and on, you know what I'm saying, a few cats that people didn't know. I fuck with Jay Bird over there at Cuddy's, man, one of my good friends, man, been my friend for a long time, man. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? I love him to death, man. Trap House, you know what I'm saying? Jay Monster, you know what I'm saying? My boy Mississippi, man. You know what I'm saying? T Will, you know what I'm saying? My girl, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people uplifted me. It was like, man, don't worry about it, man. You straight, you gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? My brother Cuckoo that's locked up, man, he'd be home in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? My cousin King, like, a lot of people that's locked up, man, like, man, you gonna be all right, man. You gonna be good, man. Just keep it pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for them, man, you know what I'm saying, I would have been stressed out and just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They kept me pushing. They kept me motivated. And I just stuck to my guns, stayed on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my manager, Angel. You know what I'm saying? She been there. She had my court dates, my mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother, my kids. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for all y'all, and there's some names that I'm, you know, forgetting right now because I'm intoxicated. I ain't gonna lie. And, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. I love y'all to death, man.